I bet you didn't know how the U.S. China relationship is evolving under Trump's second term. The United States and China are in a tense standoff. Relations have worsened since President Trump's re-election. The Phase 1 trade deal is over. Communication between Trump and Xi has ceased. The global economy watches nervously. Experts warn of a new Cold War. Tensions and mistrust are rising. The Trump administration has proposed new tariffs and policy changes. Cooperation is still possible in areas like climate change and global health. This rivalry will shape the 21st century. It will determine the balance of power and the future of globalization. President Trump has taken a hard line against China in his second term. He has announced new tariffs on a wide range of Chinese goods. These tariffs target electronics, textiles, and machinery. The total value of these tariffs is estimated at $200 billion. In addition to tariffs, the Trump administration is considering revoking China's most favored nation status. This status grants Chinese goods lower tariffs when entering the U.S. market. Removing this status would be a major escalation in the trade war. These aggressive moves have sent shockwaves through the global economy. Businesses are bracing for higher costs. Consumers are worried about rising prices. The Trump administration argues that these measures are necessary to protect American interests. They accuse China of unfair trade practices such as intellectual property theft and forced technology transfer. They claim that China's state-controlled economy gives it an unfair advantage in global markets. The administration also wants to reduce America's dependence on China for critical goods. The COVID-19 pandemic exposed vulnerabilities in global supply chains. The administration believes that bringing manufacturing back to the U.S. will create jobs and boost the economy. Critics argue that these policies will hurt American consumers and businesses more than they help. They point out that tariffs are essentially a tax on American consumers. They also argue that these policies will damage the global trading system. The potential impacts of this trade war are far-reaching. American businesses that rely on Chinese imports face higher costs. These costs could be passed on to consumers in the form of higher prices. China could retaliate with its own tariffs on American goods. This tit-for-tat escalation could lead to a full-blown trade war. The global economy is already feeling the effects of the trade war. Uncertainty is discouraging investment. Growth is slowing down. Some experts fear that the trade war could tip the world into a recession. The stakes are high for both the United States and China. The outcome of this economic conflict will have major implications for their economies, their security, and their place in the world.